So I've been going to the gym for about 8 years. 4 years of that powerlifting, 4 years bodybuilding. And I'm gonna be honest, I just don't wanna do it anymore. But there needs to be a reason, right? There sure as hell is. I started running about 2 years ago, and I must say, I do feel more like a runner now than a bodybuilder. So am I just gonna stop going to the gym and just stop completely with something that I was so passionate about for nearly a decade? No. Why would I want to do that? The gym and optimizing for hypertrophy have been my life for the past 8 years, a very long period of time. I've tracked all of my food for about 7 years straight. I haven't missed many sessions, that's for sure. And the gym has been my number one priority, period. But I guess at some point you start questioning if that's all you are ever gonna do. And yeah, I sure as hell did. For me, what initialized this process of caring a little bit less about the gym and optimizing hypertrophy and all surrounding that was when I started running. So about 2 years ago, my girlfriend Melissa and me started running just out of a whim. Curious to see how it would feel and if it really is as bad as I remembered. Because I had a very, very bad relationship with running in the past. And what can I say? I really enjoyed it. It was genuine fun and actually changed things up for once. So from there on, it was a staple part of my training week, getting more and more throughout time. And I guess now I'm at a point where running has become more important to me. I want to make it a larger priority so that I can progress more and get better at a faster rate. But what exactly is it that makes running so special and unique to me? For me, running gives me this sense of freedom and adventure. I really love being outdoors. Well, on most runs I'm spending between 1 to 2 hours outdoors, having miniature adventures all the time, pushing myself in a very different way. In the gym, pushing yourself hard for a set takes 1 minute, 1.5 at most. But when I'm on a run, it takes up to more than 2 hours of hard work, just continuously pushing. It's a completely different feeling. And the sense of pride and accomplishment I feel after having pushed myself so far for so long is just uncomparable. I guess there's just something very primal about running, and I seem to enjoy that. It makes me feel alive, much more than going to the gym does. And one thing that I like especially is through this rhythmic movement of just walking step by step by step, I can liberate my mind and just let it wander freely. So yeah, that's what I like so much about it. But there's one other reason for why I am turning my back to the full-on bodybuilding lifestyle. I just don't like the fitness scene anymore. I'm gonna be completely honest here. I just don't like the fitness scene anymore. There's so much wrong with it. It has changed from inspiring people and getting them into the gym, making progress, gaining muscle mass, feeling better about themselves, making them stronger, to buy my program, buy this, buy that, get into my coaching, otherwise you won't make any progress. You need to buy these supplements, all of them, otherwise you'll die. Gym clothing? Yeah, all of it, please, buy my new collection, this and that and whatever. Change from being something inspiring, something that positively impacted people's lives, still does, but it changed from only that to something that is very monetized and kinda gross in some way. One would think that things progress in a better way, but now more than ever are people so focused to compare themselves to others. It is so very ego driven, it's so very focused on the external. I just can't identify with that anymore by any means. I experienced all of these things firsthand. I went through bodybuilding prep, I was incredibly lean, I felt horrendous, and I was obsessed with how I looked. I compared myself day to day with other people being like, oh yeah, I look better than him, or he's not as conditioned as I am, or shit, I'm way less conditioned. And it was this obsession that was so unhealthy and sickening. I had a weird relationship with my body, and that was probably the worst case of body dysmorphia that I ever had. I was buying a lot of supplements, I was spending too much money, I had a coach because I thought I needed one. I was actually also coaching people at the time, so I did it all. And in retrospect, horrible, really. I know this sounds very negative, but there are people who totally understand where I'm coming from and who agree and who are a strong exception to all of that. One of the most important messages when it comes to improving yourself, improving your body, getting stronger, getting healthier, being more active, is that you should do it for your own sake and for the sake of those who are very close to you. It is about mastering the ego, not comparing yourself to others, but to your past version, not being obsessed with the numbers. It doesn't matter if you're stronger than somebody else or not. who cares? And life isn't linear. Life isn't always progressive. So if you're currently in a time where you are struggling with everything going on, it's just okay that maybe the gym isn't as much of a priority and your numbers are falling. It's just a period of your life. And this isn't being stressed enough. And in today's day and age, it seems like everybody needs to be a full-time athlete. And that's just not the way it should be. What I want to stand for is making training, going to the gym, running accessible for everybody. I think you can get away with doing pretty little work, but still making some decent progress in terms of hypertrophy, in terms of endurance training. Doesn't really matter. You don't need a lot of time to get fit, to have a better looking body, and to feel incredible. And I appreciate those tremendously who preach exactly that. That was the second reason for why I kind of want to distance myself slightly at least. All of this doesn't mean that I won't be going to the gym anymore, obviously. Strength training your body and maintaining a solid amount of muscle mass is super critical when it comes to health and performance. I'm just gonna do less, and it's actually gonna be the smallest amount, the tiniest amount I've ever done since I started going to the gym. Which is kind of funny actually, it's kind of weird, not gonna lie. But I guess growing up is understanding that you don't need to do so much work to get your desired results, at least sometimes. It's gonna be 3 sessions a week, 2 upper body sessions, 1 leg day because my legs are solid, and I just need to maintain those bad boys. The thing is, we just can't do everything at the same time. That's totally fine. I won't become a great runner if I still continue pushing it at the gym. Those two just don't really mix that well. So, am I dropping bodybuilding because it's shit? Well, no, obviously not, and I'm not dropping it as well. I'm just doing less of it in order to focus on something else. I want to give myself the chance to try something new. I mean, you just never know, it might be even more fulfilling. And so far, running sure as hell does give me more. If you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to leave a like and follow. Do appreciate that quite a bit. Bye!